This is Tiffany from the Fort Smith Public Library. Do you know what I have here? Oh no! He fell. A caterpillar only has one job. It's to eat enough nutrition through its pupal stage to get it through its metamorphosis to a butterfly. If it doesn't eat enough, it won't have enough nutrition. So whenever you see a caterpillar, it's likely he's probably looking for food. Nom, 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 nom. Caterpillars increase their body mass by more than 1,000 times. Its first meal is usually its eggshell. So once it hatches, it tries to eat its eggshell, which is just full of protein. Caterpillars have 12 eyes. Do you think that helps them see really well? Nope. Actually, it helps them differentiate between light and dark. If you watch a caterpillar walk, you can see this one, he's moving his head back and forth. That actually helps him judge distance and depth. So all insects have 6 legs, right? But look at this guy. He has tons of little legs. Do you know why? So at the very front, he has 6 legs that he's going to keep whenever he becomes a butterfly, and that's on his thorax. The rest of them are just little fake legs. Let's talk about self-defense here for a little bit. They are at the bottom of the food chain. Do you think that's much fun? No. How do you think they protect themselves from predators? Well, look at this guy. He's pretty brightly colored, right? Some caterpillars are really brightly colored to warn predators about maybe some toxicity. They also could disguise themselves by looking like leaves or twigs or even bird poop. That's pretty gross, huh? Do you know what frass is? Frass is caterpillar poop, and they do it a lot. It's everywhere. When it's time for a caterpillar to become a butterfly, do you know what it does? It wraps itself around in something called a chrysalis while it makes its metamorphosis. Did you think I was going to say a cocoon? So, common misconception is that butterflies come from cocoons, but that's actually not correct. Moths use cocoons, and butterflies will form a chrysalis. Do you guys want to read to this guy? Oh, he's moving his head back and forth. I think he says no, but we're going to read to him anyways. All right, little caterpillar, are you ready to hear a story? It's called Houdini the Amazing Caterpillar, and it's written by Janet Pedersen. "You will do amazing and magical things, Houdini," whispered Houdini's mother when he was just a tiny egg nestled upon a bright green leaf. Hang on. Soon Houdini grew into a caterpillar with bold stripes, a big smile, and a hearty appetite. You went on there? What are you doing? And when he suddenly found himself in a new place with many curious faces peering at him, Houdini knew it was finally his moment to do amazing and magical things. Come close. Watch as I make this tasty leaf vanish. His audience loved him. Ta-da! And now I will crawl across this high wire stick without falling. That's what this guy's doing here. His audience made drawings of him. Ta-da! Perhaps I look small to you, no bigger than your little finger. But step closer. Watch me grow before your very eyes. Ta-da! His audience brought him fresh leaves so he could do his vanishing act all over again. Ooh, ah, they cried. Houdini smiled his big smile and bowed in appreciation how he loved being in the spotlight. Woo! But gradually Houdini noticed his audience was becoming interested in other acts. When a turtle arrived, the crowd patiently waited for it to emerge from its shell. Some performance, thought Houdini with a yawn. Then a spider showed up. Houdini couldn't understand what the big deal was, but the audience was as curious as ever. Houdini decided it was time to spice up his performances to make them even more amazing. Instead of just stepping out of his skin, Houdini rolled out. He added a daring backflip to his high wire stick routine. He performed his vanishing leaf act with astonishing speed. Every now and then, a small audience gathered, but there were no longer the crowds. For the first time, Houdini felt neither amazing nor magical. One night, under the light of a full moon, Houdini munched and thought, and thought and munched. What could he do to win back his audience? Looking around, he had to admit the turtle's new act showed courage. The classroom plant was a sight to behold. And even though Houdini could spot the thread, the spider's latest trick was quite successful. Then he noticed something else. On the wall before him were colorful drawings. They were bright and bold, and they made Houdini smile. Suddenly, he knew just what his next act would be. It would be his most daring act ever. What do you think he's gonna do? It would take much concentration and skill, but Houdini felt ready. His audience would not want to miss it. Houdini broke free of his skin one last time. Then he climbed to the very center of the high wire stick and hung, suspended in the air. And that night, and all the next day, Houdini held his pose. His audience discovered him. They crowded around him. They made new drawings of him. What did he do? Looks like a chrysalis, huh? For almost 2 weeks, Houdini held his pose without food, without water, without taking a break, and his audience watched in anticipation. Then one morning, Houdini opened his eyes. Many curious faces were peering at him. Houdini smiled his big smile, happy to be in the spotlight again. Gather close. This is the moment I will break free. Houdini twisted. He squirmed. What's gonna happen? Ta-da! He's a pretty butterfly. Ooh, ah, he heard as his new wings lifted him higher and higher. Houdini bowed his head in appreciation. He too was amazed at the magic inside of him. This little guy is going to be a black swallowtail when he gets older. Here's what he's going to look like. Thanks to Leanne Lee for not only finding him, but for letting me borrow him today. You guys want to see a monarch caterpillar like the one that we read about today? This is one that I found on my milkweed at home. If you want to see more fun programming, be sure and check out the library's YouTube channel. Until next time, bye-bye.